Levison, founder of PeekABoo Organics. We make super premium, indulgent ice cream with a hidden ingredient. Now I want to challenge you to a taste test to see if you can figure out what that secret ingredient is. Place before you are 5 original flavors. Please dig in and see if you can figure it out.
Okay.
All right.
That's interesting.
I want you
That's a quick pitch there. You like ice cream, Joe?
I do like ice cream, and I think it's good little tactic as well she's done there, like to see where you can get them involved.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Get them involved right away, especially with ice cream. I mean, I literally just went and had ice cream with my son about 3 hours ago. You know, it's always puts a smile on the face.
to tell me all these different things that you taste. Lori, what do you taste in the first flavor?
Chocolate.
Robert, tell me what you're tasting.
Heaven.
What if I told you there's hidden veggies in every single flavor?
I would say you're lying.
PeekABoo.
What's the one in the middle?
This is all
That's cotton
vegetarian?
candy. It's dairy ice cream with hidden veggies that you cannot see or taste.
Really?
Absolutely.
I mean, I believe it.
So it's real ice cream with
everything.
vegetables thrown in?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So the mint chip actually has 2 cups of spinach in every container of the mint chip.
Wow.
The strawberry has 14 baby carrots in every container. The chocolate has 10 cauliflower florets. The vanilla has the equivalent of a zucchini and a half.
Wow.
And the cotton candy has 3 baby peas.
You haven't told us what you came here for.
Okay.
So what do you want?
So I'm asking for $800,000 for 8% of the company.
Wow. Hello.
Go back to the
All right.
US, enormous sales.
I'm excited to tell you about them. So we launched less than a year ago, and to date we're in almost 900 stores, and we're going to be in 3,000 stores by the end of the year.
What are sales?
Ding,
So
ding.
sales since we launched is $450,000.
That's it?
Ooh.
You're asking for a 10 million valuation.
Innovative, high-growth food startups are trading at 4 to 6 times revenue multiple.
Oh, come on.
Like you said, just read the room here. It's
Valuation.
Innovative, high-growth food startups are trading at 4 to 6 times revenue multiple.
there's Mark Cuban. He's not having it. He's not having it. That is extremely rich valuation there. Now, hey, getting into 900 stores, ding ding, that is incredible. But 450,000 since they started. Did you catch a year? Did she mention a year when she? Probably not, right? She probably didn't.
No, I wasn't sure about that. So it's like, is that over like 3 years or something like that? And then it's
Well, I guess
nourish.
we'll see. We'll see. But you know what I like to see? Comments down below, like J Money Extreme, who says, "Great show for doing reaction, and I watch every week. Keep it going." Thank you so much, J Money. Make sure you're dropping comments below, or if you want to get at me, it's at Super Joe Pardo on all social media. Let's get back to Mark's face here.
Oh, come on. This is ice cream with carrots in it.
We're projecting to end the year with 2.6 million in sales. We're in
Okay.
Whole Foods, Safeway, ShopRite, Weis Markets,
How did
Lazy
you
Acres,
get to
Bristol
all these
Farms.
places?
Were
I
you at a
hustled.
show, like a food show, and all of a sudden everybody picked you up?
That's what happened. Would you like? I can hand out pints.
It's cane sugar.
I guess my question is okay, you can pop whatever you want into the ice cream. You can make it taste however you want. But is it really any more healthy for you? Like, I could put 8 carrots in there, but if I douse them in, sugar, roll them in sugar, it doesn't make it it doesn't make it any healthier.
Well, it's like Coke, no sugar. Like they just chuck it full of other stuff that you get addicted to. Like,
Yep.
Absolutely.
So you're putting vegetables in. I'm wondering if you're lowering fat, if you're lowering sugar.
It's indulgent ice cream.
Okay.
So your pitch is, look, you're going to eat the ice cream anyways. Why not add some vegetables to it? Because particularly kids have a hard time eating beets. So I'm going to feed them beets in a hidden form of delicious ice cream.
I'm not buying pints of ice cream for my kids. I buy pints of ice cream at Ben & Jerry's for myself. Do you have Ben & Jerry's down in Australia?
yeah, I'm a big fan of Ben and Jerry's. That's my the naughty.
Yeah, hey, the way I see it is like if I'm going out to dinner and I'm gonna spend $6, $7, $8 on a dessert anyway, I could get the pint of ice cream, enjoy it in my house, watch a movie, and not even have to wear pants to have a nice dessert.
It's a parenting hack.
100%.
Did you come up with the idea to put vegetables in ice cream?
Ice cream's always been my passion, but really I created this because I have kids. I made it for my children and parents everywhere because the reality is kids don't like vegetables. PeekABoo really bridges the gap between what we can't get enough of, which is ice cream, and what we don't get enough of, which is veggies.
Jessica, I think my kids would love this.
They for sure would love it.
Have you tried it with kids? Like,
I would love to show you. I have a commercial actually that we filmed.
oh.
Well, before we get to that commercial, I would love to have Job explain who he is, what he does, and how you can reach him to you super entrepreneurs.
I help people launch and promote courses. So you can jump into my Facebook group, Course Marketing Secrets for Coaches and Consultants.
And how can they get in touch with you?
Well, you can reach me on LinkedIn or you can add me on Facebook. I'm also on Instagram. You know, you'll probably have the link so you can reach me there.
Yes, I will put a link down in the description below to get in touch with Job. I am Super Joe Pardo. If you don't know, I have a free sales rocket PDF guide for you to get. If you want to rocket your sales, go over to superjoepardo.com/rocket and get my 5 proven methods that I use when I work one-on-one with business owners to grow their sales. That's superjoepardo.com/rocket. Drop your email address in, get it in your inbox. Anyway, if you want to get at me again, it's at Super Joe Pardo or down in the comments below, like J Money Extreme over here. I'm always there, always up for any kind of debate, any kind of conversation, and of course, any kind of love, like the love displayed right here. All right, let's see. Let's check out this commercial, see if it's PeekABoo its way to a $10 million valuation.
Here comes the next flavor. Tell me all the different things you might taste in.
I think I taste strawberry in there. It's really good. The thing is, it's just insane.
What do you think about the spinach in this one?
There's spinach in this?
How do you like the beets in it?
There's beets in ice cream? There's zucchini in it? There's not literally a vegetable taste in here. There's just like an ice cream taste. I don't like spinach, but I love this. PeekABoo.
Fabulous ads.
Great idea.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
Jessica, how much did you raise?
So I did an initial round earlier this year and I raised
Great
$1.2
ad.
million.
Yeah, that is a great ad. That reminds me of the ads, or not the ads. Those, you know, they have like the kids try Nintendo or kids watch it, you know, play with a VCR or whatever on YouTube. That whole series. This is a good job.
You raised
So I did an
Yeah,
initial
yeah.
round earlier this year and I raised $1.2 million.
1.2 million.
What's the valuation on that?
So it was a convertible note round, so it was difficult to determine a valuation.
Would you put a cap on it?
It was a $5 million cap.
$5 million.
$5 million on the cap. What are you going to do in sales next year?
A very conservative projection for next year would be $5 million.
Let's just think this
Anybody
through.
else sell ice cream with vegetables?
We're the only company on the
For
market that
now.
says.
Yeah,
The big
until
companies
it's
trade at
knocked
7 to
off.
11 times free cash flow. Okay? When new entrants come in and prove a concept, the big guys say, "Oh look, put beets in our existing product already and crush you."
The trend is that larger companies are really acquiring smaller, innovative,
Unless it's
high-growth
cheaper
startups like
to do
PeekABoo
it
Ice Cream.
themselves.
I can innovate and I can pivot really quickly.
Is your goal to sell?
My goal is to sell.
Well, this is something.
Hey, you know what? Let's stop and talk on that for a second. Goal setting and then working backwards from the goal. So she already knows that her goal is to sell, which is great. That's why it's so great that she went out and raised that money. I still think it's quite rich to be looking for $800,000 for 8%. I mean, she is doing all the things right except for hitting that sales number just yet. I mean, she says she's on track for 2.5 million. I'm not sure, you know, for the people that watch the Super Joe Pardo show on the regular, I'm not sure when this was recorded because this is season 12, episode 8, and all the sharks are like right on top of each other. And so as far as I know, in season 12, they were all very much not on top of each other. So I'm wondering when the years, because they didn't mention, they specifically cut the years out of this. So this might have been filmed in 2019 or maybe before they shut down, but I don't, maybe it wasn't. Yeah, maybe it was this particular setup was in 2019 and then they put it in for this season. But it's interesting. It'd be interesting to see what her sales were for last year. Now, if you stick around to the end, I will pull up her website and check her out on Amazon and see what they got going on as far as reviews and how their website's laid out. So make sure you stick around for all of that. But yeah, good. You as an entrepreneur, getting back to what I was just saying, you as an entrepreneur should be setting goals, not just goals, but goals like what's the end route here, right? Is it to build a business and have it passed down to my kids if they want it? Is it to sell it? Is it just to have your nest egg and work until you can't work any longer and have money built up? It's really up to you, but I think having that goal in the beginning really helps. And if you don't have a goal yet, start setting that goal. Get that 5, 10, 20-year vision and see like, okay, well, would I be willing to sell it? Is this my baby? Is this just one idea? In this case, it's vegetables and ice cream. Maybe she has a trade secret on it, but they didn't really talk about patents or anything. I don't know that you could, I think the trade secret thing would probably be her better way of going. But she's got the money to do a patent, and clearly she wants one of the bigger players to just buy her out. I can't see, Job, and I would love to get your input on this. I can't see how one of the bigger players would be like, yeah, let's just make a whole veggie line and cannibalize our very lucrative straight up milk and sugar freezer space for this.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I think there's like how much freezer space is she going to be able to get? So really, do they need to replace their stuff with another one, or do they just need to know that cool, we'll just buy more freezer space and just go right above her and just bank on our brand name being better than hers? And this is the hard part about projections is she's got all these things the next few years, and I think the shark's going to go into soon is, how much of that is going to be affected when other people start jumping on board, and how realistic are these projections going to be soon?
Yeah, I think she's going to get eaten alive here. I kind of wish Damon was out there because I know, I don't know, have you watched American Shark Tank much?
Yeah, I watch it all the time. Yeah.
So I really wish Damon was out there because I feel like Damon would be really trying to sniff this out and really see if this is something I don't know. I don't know if he would be investing in something like this, especially with how much money she's already raised and all that. And they haven't talked about profit margin yet, so we'll see about that.
We hear very often with very savvy, very smart people that come on Shark Tank that they're building so fast and their end goal is to sell it. My practical experience to date, without exception, has been every single business I invested in that had that as an end goal either went out of business or in the end almost folded up their shop. I'm so suspicious of that.
Okay.
I just think it's a cautionary tale because I have learned to interpret your pitch here as a very bad sign, and it's pretty scary. So for those reasons, I'm out.
Thank you, Barbara.
I don't know if I would say that's a scary thing. I think you know what it is it might be, and she didn't say it like this, but in the way I'm interpreting it is there's no skin in the game here. Right? So she's raised the money, she did the hard work, but at the end of the day, it's vegetables and ice cream, and she could move on to the next thing, right? And with her in Barbara's mind, that's not invested enough into this. Now, they haven't asked how much money she's put into it. Maybe she's put in a considerable amount, but given that she had already raised $1.2 million, for vegetables and ice cream, I can't imagine. You go to a co-packer, you say, look, this is how I want the ice cream to taste. This is the veggies I want you to incorporate in it. We made it in our freezer. We made a bunch of batches. We got it down to a science. You work with the co-packer and scale up the recipes. And bam, you got yourself an opportunity there. So you don't necessarily have a whole lot of skin in the game. So I don't know. I feel like that's what she's getting at. Would you agree, Joe?
Yeah, I think so. I think also that whole thing of I think what they really want her to say is that she's going to license it out or sell to one of these bigger companies pretty soon. And the fact that she's not interested in doing that, I think they're you don't realize how much work you're going to have to do when all this stuff comes in, and you're going to burn out or fold, like she said. So it's just going to, if you're not willing to look at that option.
I think piggybacking on that, the sales out of the gate wasn't like a gun, a much even bigger, right? Which I think kind of lends itself to like, okay, you got into 900 stores. Again, we don't have dates yet, but you got into 900 stores. Awesome, ding ding. Not many people get to go ahead and do that, but are they? How many of those stores are going to reorder? How many of those companies are going to add more stores to the list? So, it hasn't, it doesn't sound like it's been around long enough and it hasn't had the explosive, like, oh, we came out and we did 4.5 million and they're already like placing orders for like, we have 900 stores now. We're already being told we need to stock up for, 1,500 stores and you know what I mean? Like, so let's see if maybe she's got an ace up her sleeve. I hope she does, because she seems really nice and definitely has her act together here.
Large players in freezer that own that category don't just roll over when Jessica shows up. Oh yeah, take my freezer space from me. And by the time you get to 50 million in sales, which is basically nothing in the ice cream space, you're going to have 2 or 3 major players crushing you like a frozen cockroach. I'm aggressive with you now because the ask is a joke. It's a joke. $800,000 for 8%? BS. Are you kidding? $800,000, I would want 60% of this company. So obviously, I'm out.
Thank you.
Jessica, it's incredibly impressive what you built. My issue is, we're sharks. We're here to help you build a business where we both profit. This isn't a vulture fund. To come out and say that in 1 year, you created $10 million worth of value. I struggle with the concept of creating $10 million in value in 1 year. Sure, it happens in tech. I don't see it here, and I don't trust that piece of it. I'm out.
Okay, thank you.
So it happens in tech because tech is scalable in a large way very rapidly, right? In apps. We have a server. People can download from the server as long as we have the servers to serve it up and the bandwidth to send it out. Like boom, we could scale out to as many people as we need, as we can and want to have it on their devices. So. It does, and or website or whatever, it's all the same. It's you're creating something digitally and you're streaming it out to the people. It's not something that's competing for a very, very small sliver of retail space inside of a supermarket. I was about to say a fast food chain, but a supermarket and all that. So yeah, and even smaller space when you talk about convenience stores like our Wawa's here or the 7-Elevens or anything like that. Like you're talking about like really, really compact. And you're talking about a very niche product. Hey, there are riches in the niches, and I think that she definitely will have a lot of sales on her hands, especially with parents that have kids that just refuse to eat veggies. We buy the veggie pastas. Have you ever tried them before?
No, not the veggie pasta.
Yeah, it's nasty. I don't like it at all. But the kids eat it. They don't have a problem with it. It just does not. It doesn't have that. It doesn't have the right taste for me. But yeah. So I think there's a niche. There's got to be enough of a grasp in that niche to be able to grab that very limited freezer space away.
Along those same lines, Jessica, I have my rules for success, right? If you go online and look up Mark Cuban's rules for success, number 1 is don't start a business unless it's an obsession.
Okay.
Rule number 2 is if you have an exit strategy, it's not an obsession. Wow. And for those reasons, I'm out.
Okay, I would just like to address that because
that's a great rule.
Anybody that knows me knows.
Oh, come! I just don't totally agree with that. Just because she has that in mind, it doesn't mean that. Like to me, you always got to be looking for the exit, right? In fact, I wrote about this in my first book. If you haven't checked out any of my books, go to superjoepardo.com/books. But you always leave your options open, and you always know where the exit is. You know where the exit, the exit could be to sell it to, in this case, it would be selling it to somebody else, not necessarily selling it to a conglomerate, or setting up your brand so that you can compartmentalize your brand away from yourself, right? If you were just the brand, then it's hard to sell that. Kind of like this channel, kind of like my business. But my business is 234 Solutions LLC, right? So I can sell that at some point. Doesn't mean I will. Doesn't mean I have to. But it's there so that it's a separate set of brands that fall under 234 Solutions that I operate under. So I could compartmentalize and move them at a later date if need be.
Do you think it's something to do with I suppose as the investor, like if you're getting someone that's saying like, I want to sell, like I want to sell that, like, it's like, well, we've still got so much growth to do, there's so much work for you to do. Like, I just need to see these things for me to, like, I suppose, like, they're investing more in her than they are in, like, the product at the moment in this stage that's, like, you know, more based on projections than actual performance.
Possibly. Possibly, but to me, I think it's I think it's more of a combination of asking for a $10 million valuation when you have 450,000 in sales so far. Which again, it's not that she shouldn't have a rich, ask. I think that, if she was coming in for, Mr. Wonderful said he would give up, get 60% for his 800,000. I just think that I think it's just a little too early to be asking for that kind of money.
Well, exactly, and that's what I mean by, like, if you're asking for something that is kind of ridiculous, then the faith has to fall on, like, you as a person. They're investing in, like, that person rather than the actual business for that to make sense at all.
Yeah, and what the irony of this is all about the sharks are there to buy parts of a company. So so it's a little bit of an irony play as well, that like, oh, we're too worried that you're just worried about selling the company, and like literally she's there to sell a chunk of the company. So it's not lost on me the bit of irony that's there.
This is my passion.
Is everybody out?
And she did say that out of the gate. She said that ice cream was her passion. So it's not like she didn't already answer that question of that. So let's see Lori swoop in here and dunk on all of them, because if I had to guess, and again, I say this quite a bit through the series, I don't watch these ahead of time, but if I had to guess, maybe if she's gonna make an offer, it's probably going to be closer to like 35, 40%.
Yeah.
And it's maybe even 50%, because she'll want to be involved, but she needs to be able to get her money out of it. Though she might not be able to sell that much. I'm not sure how much she's already kind of given up at 1.2
Except you.
2 mil.
And then there was one. First of all, I'm going to explain to you. Do you know how a diamond's made?
Why don't you just make her an offer without all the BS on it?
You can say that about him every single time. Though she does, tell the story about the bumblebee and all that. But I mean, Kevin said his fair share of Greek, ancient stories over the years.
You have no competition. Just make her an offer without all the BS. Come on.
Why would I tell her this?
Tell us about the diamond tomorrow.
Quiet.
You squeeze
I'm going to tell you how a diamond's made. The way a diamond is made is you take carbon and you put it under intense heat and pressure in the earth, and it crystallizes. And then they take that out of the earth and they facet it and they cut it, and it turns into a beautiful diamond. I think sitting here today, you reminded me of the diamond. Because under intense heat and pressure, everybody here threw a lot of crap at you and made it very difficult for you. I think that you were put under intense heat and pressure here today, and I watched you.
And now you're a
I
diamond.
think that you did an excellent job. I think that you had smart answers for everything. I think you held yourself. I like what you're doing, but I think that in my vision, I think that you need to improve it even a little more. So you may not like my offer, and you can tell me goodbye.
But you're a diamond.
But
I'm a diamond.
I would want, if I invest in you, to have another version and that actually is low calorie, low fat, healthier option, add the vegetables. You have to be willing to be open to brand extension and to creating something that would fit within your brand like that. There are those that like high fat and sugar, and they'll always like that. And then there are those that want the healthier
give her the
option.
offer.
What I'm going to do is this.
This year?
I'm going to give you a loan instead of an investment. investment. Okay, because it's risky. Your ask is huge. Everybody said it, right? I'm going to give you a loan instead of an investment, 6% interest, 3-year, and
that's
I
nice.
still want 5% equity. You could really do well with a strategic partner. It's risky here. I'm a believer in when you go healthy, and I feel that this is halfway there.
I think it's
like
great
the
offer.
concept, but I'm halfway there. So you could say no. That's fine. But for me to do it and step in with you, that's what it's going to take.
Bam. Only 5% equity you have to give up. What do you?
Yeah, I think you have an opportunity to talk with, to be working with Lori. Yeah, absolutely. Ding ding. And you're only giving up 5% instead of 8%. Now, and the 6% loan is actually really good considering
That's really
every
good.
time Kevin has done it that I've seen so far, I mean, he's like 9%, 10%, so it's not, I mean, 6% is really not, it's not bad. And they, like I said, they didn't talk about at least I don't think they talked about margins. That's one of the things about being genuine and live here. I don't think I missed it, but I would assume that she would have the margins to be able to make it work.
I think so too. I think now she's gone to somewhere around the 4 million kind of valuation, or what is it now at 5%?
So 5%, and this is a running joke
It's a
on the
hard
show.
one to loan.
I've been trying to get better at this. So for 5% for it would be 20 times 8. So it'd be crap. I don't know. I need a calculator. Hold on a second.
No, 20 times 160.
20 times 160.
20 times 8? Is that what you said?
20 times 800 would be 16. Yeah, it pushes it up to 16 million valuation. Yeah, that's what I thought, but it just sounded really like a big jump from 10 million to 8%. And I honestly didn't do the math to get to the I guess that
Well,
is
I suppose.
10
Well,
million.
how does it change? I suppose in the valuation really when it's like
A loan? That's a great
when
question.
it is a loan. Is it not really looked at as a valuation now? It's more like here's this, and I'm getting this because now it's not like a trade off for the money. It's more like I get this just for giving you the loan.
So everybody evaluates businesses differently. So I mean, because it's Lori, I would say yes. It definitely does push her. It pushes up the brand for sure. I mean, she's been on Shark Tank. She has Lori. If she walks away with this deal, obviously, I would say yeah. I would say yeah, that does. And my only concern about the 5% is, and they've made this comment many a times throughout the 12 seasons, is it enough for Lori to really care at the end of the day? And yeah, she's going to get her money back, and the sale, I mean, they're going to have to get to a pretty big number for it to really be a real return, for her. But at least she knows going into it that, hey, she wants to sell it. So I get my 5%. So if they sell, and I don't have the right calculator out in front of me, but if they sell the company at, what are we talking? I don't know, 100 million? 100 million sound good?
So so
it's a 5 million. Yeah. So it's nothing. So even then it's still is that enough money for her to really care? I don't know.
And she's got a massive team as well. So I mean, there's the thing about getting it set up and getting all the things in place, and then once it's set up, how much can be managed or looked after by people that she knows can handle that sort of area. So I mean,
yeah, definitely.
I think it's easy. We always forget these guys have teams and stuff behind them. They mentor for a bit, but then how much is handled by their team?
Yeah, well, quite a bit, right? She's not going to, especially for the 5%, she's not going to be having daily, tea or coffee with Lori on the phone. That's not likely to happen. But Yeah, I mean, she may. I'm not gonna speak. I shouldn't speak for Lori, but I'm just saying for the percentage for the investment here, I don't know.
Say.
First, I'd like to thank you for being the only offer.
That's right.
I can give you an offer.
Oh, come on! Don't. She didn't have to say that. She didn't have to thank anybody. This picture.
Yeah, I don't know. I suppose she was probably just trying to go for humor, though. It's going to come off poorly, but
Yeah, she didn't have to say anything. I mean, it's confidence, I guess, but still.
I think really the lane for me is indulgent ice cream. I think there's other competitors there that do what you're describing. They do really well, and that's
Maybe
a
you're
different
not a diamond
market.
after all.
Hopefully, I still am.
But you don't want to go
really,
there.
I appreciate your offer, but I would decline for that reason.
You just don't want to expand the product line.
I believe really we're positioned as an indulgent.
And we had to listen to all that
No, I
first.
get it.
Okay,
I get
Jessica,
it.
just to
And for
give
me
you
to
another offer.
You know what? That actually makes sense. Because she's trying to carve out a niche, right? And she knows that it's already tough to get that very difficult space inside of freezers, right? So for her to try to be open, like, yeah, would she be open to it? Yeah, maybe in a couple years when they've established like the sales and everything. Not like, hey, let's like take where you're going and like hard left into expanding a product line that's not even necessarily, I mean, I don't want to say proven because I don't want to take anything away from it, but proven compared to the big players in the market or in the freezer, like that's, I commend her on that. That's brave. It's brave to turn down $800,000.
yeah, no, I agree. Like, I think it goes away from what she wants. Like, going back to you a lot earlier when you were speaking about goal setting and everything like that. It's like, if you try and go down this different direction, how far off your path are you going? And like the whole idea that you had in the first place.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you're left with two. I would do the $800,000 loan at 9%, and I want all 8% equity. Then you get Mr. Wonderful.
Oh, okay. So $800,000 as a loan at 9%. Over 3 years and 8% stake. I mean, I just talked about the fact that 9. He has been going for 8, 9, 10%, and he wants his 8% stake, and he doesn't want to go in that direction. Which, hey, is awesome. Let's see if she bites.
That's actually a pretty good offer too.
But that's a real offer. I do that deal.
There's no downside to
Commercial
that
lending
offer.
is
I'm not putting any
13%.
covenants on this stuff in terms of what you do.
I'm here really for an equity investment, not so much the loan.
Then you should have brought a valuation that was more realistic. I think you
I
got
mean, you can
pushback.
counter on the valuation.
The valuation is very difficult. Everybody gave you a hard time on that. You're
Right.
very impressive. The product tastes great.
Thank you.
There are risks, obviously.
Yeah.
But the way to approach this, given what we have to do as investors, is it's got to be debt because there's no realistic valuation that makes sense at this point.
But it also tells us how bad you want a shark.
Right.
Everything that we're offering you
Right.
tells us something as well.
But I can finance it.
You don't get a
Yeah,
shark,
but it's
though.
not the same.
I want someone that believes in the concept.
He's giving you $800,000. Of course he believes in you. And
Right.
what's his
I wanna
collateral
get
to
it
get it
back,
back?
too.
His equity.
You have no interest in venture debt, right? That's what you're saying.
No.
Thank you.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Congrats. Good luck.
Wow. Ding ding.
I do think the Sharks made a mistake today. I mean, everyone's got their jam, and maybe it wasn't theirs, and obviously they thought the valuation was high. But for sure they made a mistake. For sure they made a mistake.
Well, I guess we will find out. Oh, this is season 11. What?
Oh, that's why. Now it all makes sense.
Yeah, it does make sense, but it doesn't. Unless it's about to talk about season 11. Weird. I don't know what's going on because even on Shark Tank, the Shark Tank website or Shark Tank, all Shark Tank products shows season 8. Season 12, episode 8. It has, let's see. Yeah, so we're in season 12, episode 8. There's PeekABoo ice cream. So I don't know what's going on there. Maybe they made a mistake. Hey, mistakes happen, right? We make mistakes on this show all of the time, from the math to the whether or not somebody should have did this or that. And the Sharks make mistakes too. And I don't know. I'm not sure what's going on. I'll have to check the Wikipedia and find out. But let's see. So I like to see faces, especially because they have kid. This is really a kid kind of thing.
Yeah, definitely.
Where the closest thing to a face is right there. Okay, now they have the commercial. I just still feel like you should have like a kid like holding it or next to it, or like doing like one of these like next to it or something.
Definitely.
Yes, less yucky stuff. No GMO fillers. I feel like every brand gets to say like, we got no GMOs, we got no fillers, we got none of this and none of that. And it's like, you got things that shouldn't even be in ice cream, and we don't have it. And it's like, oh, okay, well, that wasn't supposed to be there anyway. Okay, let's see. Let's locate a store. I'm going to guess that you can't get it where you live in Australia.
I would assume so, yeah.
Let's see.
That one store that they've got? Is that just...
I don't... that's just... Okay, so do I have to click on... Oh, enter a location. I don't want to give my location up to the website. I just wanted to put in like 08020. There we go.
One.
Okay, this ain't going so well here, people. And for anybody that watches, this is just the live take here. Oh, there's the Philly airport. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything here. Maybe I have to go with my location, but I'd rather not. We were unable to find any locations in the area you're searching. Weird. I don't know. Okay, well, let's...
Have they just added that into the site and then they don't actually have any stores?
Yeah, you know what? That might be what is going on here. I will have to
Sometimes
give this
that
a try.
happens.
Yeah, I will have to give it a shot off camera here. But again, well, there. All right, so there's Jessica's. The families is cute. But I'm a big proponent of faces. Not seeing the faces other than the commercial and the picture of Jessica with her family. It's a great looking product. Great looking like whoever's taking the photos of the ice cream doing a great job there. They definitely got somebody with some pro level food skills.
Even like, where's the here's the social proof. I mean that's good. Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, maybe at the bottom. Okay, let's go to Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Okay, 214 or 211 followers. Okay, so Twitter might not be their jam. That Instagram, where I figured would be their jam. 28 plays, so they got 7,000 followers. Big proponent. I mean, it's a pretty good looking grid there. It's interesting that the ones without the faces are actually performing better than ones. Well, that has a face and performed pretty well. It's always interesting to see like which ones have the most comments or most likes, but it seems like just the straight up picture. That's how did that not get more likes? I could give that
they're all sort of doing around the same, aren't they? Like, it'd be interesting to see when, like, and we're still figuring out when the episode aired and everything like that, but like how much of the drop off happened as well. Like whether they had like a big like surge from Shark Tank.
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't have it in front of me when the episode aired. Oh wait, I might hear. I think it was December. I think it was December. December 11th. So yeah, if you go back, let's go back. So here's like, what's this? This is January. This had 138 likes, 161 likes. Let's see what they got going on Facebook. 1,500 likes there. That's pretty good. The last time I posted was okay. So they just the pin comment or pin post. Watching Shark Tank now. Want this ice cream? Just watched it. Forget the kids. We adults need it too. Definitely planning on trying it. I ordered $60 worth of ice cream on February 8th with the hope to surprise my grandparents with health is now February 21 and no ice cream delivered. Send an email to ask what was going on with the company. No and deliveries, no response. All I want is my money back and be done. 226. The ice cream is delivered. I received an apology for the delay. I like to see replies, and they did reply about 4 weeks after. Here.
Yeah, I suppose it is hard with like what's going on at the moment, so it's hard to know.
FedEx delays, a couple months. Yeah, there was a lot going on 10 weeks ago. I don't know where she's located, but if she's out of Texas, then that might have been 14. No, that's only 2.5 months ago. So I don't know when the snowpocalypse was. I think it was in March. I guess it would be. I don't know. It's just yeah. But all right, so they're doing pretty well. Let's check them out on Amazon. Oh, only 13 ratings here for their party sampler. Let me see if they got more ratings somewhere else.
So this is an interesting one because, like, in Australia, not too many people are buying not too many people buy much from Amazon anyway.
Really?
But, like, not really food. It's not massive over here. Like, people do buy stuff, but certainly not food. Not that I know of anyway.
Like a normal ice cream with veggies. Yeah, I mean, we some food items. I get some food items from Amazon, but not much. Mostly like bars, like health, snack bars and things.
Yeah.
And energy drinks. My energy drinks usually come from Amazon. But so 13 ratings. So I don't know. Like it makes me wonder. Like, is this kind of fizzled out, or I don't know. I don't know. Hopefully it hasn't. Hopefully she's doing well. If Jessica, if you want to reach out and do an interview here on the Super Joe Pardo Show, please reach out in the comments below, kind of like J Money over here, and let me know. I'd love to have you come on the show. Anyway, for Job, I'm Super Joe Pardo. I hope you've enjoyed this Biz Coach Reacts video. Please smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm so we can get this video into the hands of more super entrepreneurs like yourself. Get subscribed so you never miss another Biz Coach Reacts video. We got more bar rescue coming up, more undercover billionaire coming up, and of course more Shark Tank, because there is so many videos to go back into, and I appreciate the requests that have been coming in. Keep it up. I'm talking to you, Super Denny. We're 40-some minutes into this video. Crazy, but I appreciate you all watching. For Job, I'm Super Joe Pardo. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.